So I don't think you can call yourself an organic farmer, gardener, homesteader, and try to tell people that they need to eat healthy and eat organic without practicing what you preach. So I mean, the whole point of being, eating healthy and being healthy and living a active lifestyle, working hard, sweating, that kind of thing. I mean, the stuff that in my mind anyway is what life is about. There's a lot of people that try to find the cheap and easy way to get these highs as opposed to the lows. A lot of people go for drugs and alcohol because it's easy. You get a high, it's instant gratification, but there's other forms of instant gratification, other kinds of highs, like exercise. I'm going to start, but warming up. So I've heard it said there's two kinds of people in the world. This is another one of those two kinds of people in the world. But if you want the biggest house on the block, there's two ways to go about it. You can be that person that goes out there and you work your ass off and you build the biggest house on the block. Or you can be that other guy that goes around and you knock down all the other houses, so then you're the only house left, and that makes you the biggest house on the block. You're the only house on the block. I think that's a very lonely lifestyle, but making enemies of everyone or building yourself up like you're supposed to. And building others, bringing others along for the ride. Build them up, show them how, be a good leader. Show them what it is they should be doing. Lead by example. Lead, follow, or get out of the way, right? Speaking of, this is called a military press. Or at least that's what I've heard it called. And this, I always feel this in my shoulders and my back. Each one of these weights is dialed at 33 pounds, so that's almost, 66 pounds over my head. Maybe some of you can do more. Maybe some of you less, and you need to get started. To give you context, I'm about 170 pounds, 5'10". So for me, I think 70 pounds overhead is plenty. I don't know what the standard for blah 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 on my weights and body type, but all I know is I do the best that I can, and you do the best that you can. We can measure our libido later, but it often turns into that, I've noticed. But while I'm catching my breath, I want to show, because this is really the main meat and potatoes of the thing, but so if you know what you're doing, or if you don't know what you're doing, but you can take this time of year, you can move your garden indoors if you try. Obviously, I'm not fully set up in here. I'm still working on things outside. I just do bits at a time. It's good to maybe set them up and see how they're reacting and pay attention to them. I've got goji berries, these skinny things here that were not getting enough light where they were. I'm trying to nurse them back up. Maybe they'll get there. These are meant to go outside after their second year. This is still their first year, so I'm still trying to. Some of them didn't transplant very good. Some of them are still in shock and recovering. Some of them may be dead. I've got more, but I just want to find the strong ones. This is called stevia or stevia. Some people call it sweet leaf. Not that kind of sweet leaf, but because when you eat it, that's a dry one. It's very sweet, but it's the oils that you're tasting, not sugar. It's like mint. It's got a lot, peppermint. It's got a lot of oils in it. Pound for pound, pound for pound, it's much. It's actually got more sweetness than sugar. Um, a teaspoon of that powder, if you take those leaves and dry it and crush it up, a teaspoon of that is as sweet as a cup of sugar, but no calories or minimal. So if you're somebody that needs to maybe watch your sugars, watch but you've got a sweet tooth, that's a hard thing. That can help if you're willing to commit. Um, it does have a bit of an aftertaste, but I think you get used to it. Like I say, anything that's worth doing, it's maybe not the easiest, but you can make that into a liquid too. You just boil water, and almost like you're making tea, but you let it sit for a few days instead of just a few minutes, and then you can use that to sweeten your coffee, your soup, whatever. I don't know, whatever you want, a little sweetness, but without all the added calories. I mean, if the point is to come in here and lift these weights and burn calories and slim down a little bit, because carrying that keg around, it's hard on your knees, it's hard on your back. You know what I mean? The keg. Instead of having a 6-pack, you've got a keg. But so it seems counterproductive to be, if you're trying to slim down and lose weight and build muscle, you don't want sugar. Unless maybe it's like honey or something like that, but you need to be getting your protein and you need to be getting your nutrition. Potassium feeds your muscles. Potassium, not enough Americans get potassium. There's a book I'll cite. It's called Eat the Weeds, and it talks about potassium is one of the least consumed, I guess, minerals, vitamins in America. 95 up to 98% of Americans don't get enough potassium, and potassium is vital for every single cell in the body. Every single cell in the body uses potassium. Every single muscle that you have uses potassium. Your heart, your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your stomach. I mean, it goes into your cells. It goes into your tissue. You need potassium, and 95, maybe up to 98% of Americans don't get enough potassium. And potassium is found primarily, get this, in leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables, which is to say that not enough Americans are eating salad, broccoli, kale, that kind of stuff. They're not eating it. The book's called Eat the Weeds because there's a lot of native, wild edibles that we used to forage on. We don't do that anymore because modern consumerism. You go outside, you look around, you notice all the corn fields, the bean fields, the wheat fields. That lacks potassium, that lacks a lot of things. It's got a lot of calories, but it doesn't have any nutrition, which is like a whole other thing. I don't know if I could swear and cuss enough at the way that our modern agriculture works. It's like a drug. It always leaves you wanting more. Your body sends you hunger signals because it needs nutrition. And when you eat something that's empty, a wheat bun that's got all of the vitamins pulled out, all the fiber pulled out, a hamburger patty that's been pumped full of sugars, usually corn syrup, and the French fries. I mean, these things fill your stomach, and And so it turns off that craving for a short period of time. But your body is going to, about an hour later, after your stomach is emptied, and then it realizes, hey, I didn't get any of the nutrients that I needed, you're going to get hungry again, and you're going to go back and you're going to eat that same stuff because it's cheap and it's addictive. Like a drug. You're not getting food, you're getting a drug. Just a thought. But what you need is nutrition. Without trying to badmouth all the farmers in America and all the fast food giants in America and all the retailers in America. Trying not to, but it does anger me. There's a righteous anger, I believe, is what it's called, but it does anger me. But you can grow certain things under shop lights that you could be, if your outdoors doesn't, it's not producing at the moment because it's cold. Or if you're further south, you should be growing some lettuce and sending it this way because we need it. We got a lot of fat people up here. Sorry, but we do, and they need nutrition. They need fiber. They need to get healthy. Just look around, you can see it. People are sick. I think that's the biggest problem we have today. It is the biggest problem that we really have. I think a lot of the other problems that we have are just a symptom, a byproduct of everyone being unhealthy. Listen, RFK was talking about make America healthy. Maybe that's a better. Maybe it should point you in that direction. That way, it doesn't come from me. I'm not offending everybody. That's his job. I'm just here to show you what I do, how I stay healthy, or try to.